Hi, I'm John O'Brien with Sedona.biz, and this is the wide world of Scorpion Sports. And we're here on a beautiful Sedona afternoon, nice sunny afternoon at John Ordine Memorial Stadium on the Sedona Red Rock High School campus. And we're here with head Scorpion football coach, Mr. Rick Walsworth. Rick, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Happy Monday.
Hey, thank you. You too.
You know, unfortunately, last Friday, the Scorpions came up on a short end of a 48-20 defeat against the Williams Vikings. That was a tough game. Rick, your thoughts on the game?
Williams is always one of the most physical teams that we play, and usually one of the most talented teams we play as well. So that's a tough combination every year. It's our game with them is always one that we have circled on our schedule as kind of a measuring stick for how our team stacks up, and we found out a little bit Friday night, so we learned a little bit about ourselves.
Yeah, it's a very physical ball game. There were some good offensive, big offensive plays in the game. Andre Davis had a 64-yard touchdown run. He also had a 51-yard run. And then Derek Johnson had a 10-yard touchdown pass to Brian Nguyen, and then Brian Nguyen also ran for a 59-yard touchdown run. So there was some offensive productivity, but it just seemed like the physicality of Williams wore the Scorpions down.
Yeah, I think they got in our heads a little bit early too. They had a couple of big hits early in the game, and we told the kids that's the way the game would be going in. But it's a lot different when they get out there and they experience it for themselves. So. Than when they're watching it on film. But we turned the ball over too many times. We gave them short field, and they actually returned a fumble for a touchdown. And with teams like that, you don't need to give them any help. They're already good enough on their own. So.
Yeah. Now, within the first 5 minutes of the game, quarterback Max Hauserman got knocked out of the game. And what's a lot of people felt was kind of a cheap shot, and there should have been a penalty thrown. How is Max doing? He was carted off the field by the fire district, actually, fire department. And so, how is Max doing this week?
Max was actually on the way home by the time the game was over, so he's actually doing a lot better.
Good.
We're not sure about his status for the rest of the season.
Okay, but he's doing a lot better. You said he was at school today.
He was at school today.
That's great news, because I know that there was just a pall over the stadium when he was taken off, and you could just feel the energy being sucked out of the entire stadium and the fans.
Yeah, well, Max is one of the most committed guys that we've got in the program as far as his work ethic during the season and the off season too. So it was a big challenge to lose him, especially early in the game, to that hit.
And you probably don't want to comment on this, but I can. I've been doing the field announcing for 9 years, and and that was, in my opinion, that was one of the poorest officiated games I've seen. I thought that the cheap shot on Max Hauserman should have resulted in an ejection of that player, and unfortunately, that Williams player was one of their top offensive producers for the game. Feel free to comment on that, and if you don't want to, we'll just let that sit.
I think I'll just pass.
Okay. Wise man. So this week, Scorpions are on the road against 2-6 Lee Williams. Lee Williams won last week against Pinion, 41-16. So could be a tough game for the Scorpions, especially you were saying, you've got a lot of injured players.
We've got a lot of guys that we're not sure what their status is going to be for this week, for the game or for practice. I know we're going to be missing at least 6 or 7 guys today for practice, injuries and doing schoolwork also. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for us Friday night. Lee Williams is the new public school, high school in Kingman, and so they've got an enrollment of around 1,100, but it's just freshmen and sophomores, so they're going to be really young. But they got a lot of kids, and they have a lot more kids out for football than we have.
Definitely.
And they've got some good size, and they got some good athletes, so it's definitely going to be a challenge.
So their school is about twice as big as Sedona's.
Yeah, a little more than 2 times as big right now.
Twice as big. Yeah, okay.
It's going to end up. The school is playing for a D3 school, so it's going to be the same.
Oh, okay.
The same size as playing in the same division as Kingman in 2 years.
Eventually, as
the
students age, and
right.
And then the following week, the last game of the season, it's a home game. It's senior night at Red Rock against Joy Christian, which is a really tough team. They're 7-1. I see they're ranked number 8 in the Arizona Republic poll, and then number 5 in Max Preps in Division 5. That is going to be one heck of a tough game.
Yeah, they play Thatcher this week, and Thatcher's also ranked one of the top teams in our division, and so that's going to be just a knockdown, drag out. And Joy Christian already played Arizona Lutheran early in the season. That's also one of the top teams in our division, but coming out of Division 6, they won the state championship last year, and
That's right.
they're just loaded with talent. So they're definitely going to be. We kind of knew that going into the season they were going to probably be the best team we played all year.
Sure.
And the way our schedule worked out, our 4 toughest opponents were 4 of our home games. So
exactly. Yeah, you're right. Page, Williams, Kingman Academy, and now Joy Christian at home. Yeah, you had a tough home schedule, definitely. So let's assume the Scorpions split those next 2 games and wind up 7-3. That's going to kind of put you right on the edge of the state playoff berth, don't you think?
It seems like we'll probably be right around where we were last year, which was just kind of waiting to see if we're going to get in or not. But we'll just try to take care of this week first, and then we'll worry about that after that.
Well, exactly. One at a time. Yeah, it was said like a true head football coach, one game at a time. So, okay, so we hope to get you back here in a couple of weeks after the final game of the season with Joy Christian, and we're hopefully at that time we're talking state playoffs with you.
We hope so. We hope so.
Thanks a lot, Rick, for joining us.
Thank you, John.
And I'm John O'Brien with Sedona.biz, and you've been watching the wide world of Scorpion Sports. And we will see you next time.